The top 10 realism mods for Arma 3. One of the main reasons people come and play Arma is for its realism. There's just no first-person shooter that matches it, but the game still has some missing features in the realism department. Let's get started with mod number 10. This is Knight in Arma. This mod adds melee combat and weapons to the game. No, it's not Web Knight's advanced melee system. Instead, this mod better fits the shooter vibe. It allows you to switch between melee stance and gun firing in a quick and easy way. You can melee attack with a rifle or pistol in hand, or use one of the 5 knives, 2 axes, or entrenching tools. Each weapon has 2 different attacks and a way to block. Attacks from behind appear to be one-hit kills, or attacks from the front, not so much. When I matched up one-on-one with an AI, the little burger ran off, so I chased him down to test this mod for you. This mod is called Melee by the Special Platoon. You can download these mods from the link in the video description. Number 9. I really like this one because it's not only easy to use, but it's also expansive and feels complete, unlike some other mods that try to do the same thing. It's breaching. You will now find random locked doors. You can choose to go around them or go through them. If you choose the fun option, break down a door, you get to choose from using a firearm, melee, lockpicking, or breaching charges. This is Breach by the Special Platoon. Number 8. Those who have used a real gun before know that you don't run with the gun up. Arma kept the gun up for players, not AI, to match other FPS games and make you feel more operator as but that's just not how it works. Instead, you would put your gun down, out of view while running in most situations. Otherwise, you can always switch to combat pace to hold the gun up. This tiny but goodie is called Rested Weapon Movement by Such Sneak. Number 7. This mod is similar to what we have seen in games like Escape from Tarkov, and that is magazine management. Part of gun management is not sexy and not particularly fun, but it's definitely realistic. With this mod, your empty magazines stay in your inventory after reloading instead of just disappearing. And then you can repack your magazines with any available bullets. You can see there's a bunch of available bullet boxes of varying different calibers and sizes, and each of these can be broken down into individual bullets. This does require the Ace mod and essentially enhances the ammo repack feature. This is Green Mag by Coast Dola and Miller. Number 6. Room entry has never been more safe. You can crack doors open to peek in, find an angle, and fire. You can even just flap the door opening and close. Do whatever you want. This is Arma. This feature also works on hatches. It's called Fluid Incremental Door Opening by Tenga. Number 5. This next one is an oldie but a goodie. It's actually an improvement to an old and popular mod. You know, the mod that lets you jump, climb, jump down, like realistic movement. But this time, everything can be done with one button. Yes, that's one button to climb a wall or an obstacle, or drop down from a higher area to a lower area, as well as just jump in place. If you didn't know already, you can help your buddies climb a really tall wall by assisting them. This mod adds a keybind for that. This is none other than Enhanced Movement Rework by Scepter. Number 4. Whereas realistic Arma is, I'm surprised they did not include this feature themselves. If you reload your weapon without firing all of your shots, you will leave a bullet in the chamber. You will notice that a fresh 30 round magazine will get you 31 shots to fire because of the +1 bullet in the chamber. From my test, you won't see the number 31, you'll just see 30, but the first shot fired will not lower the 30 to 29, and instead it will just stay 30 and then count down from there. Real simple, real small, but realistic. Bullet in the Chamber by GP. This next mod was inspired by a video by Dyslexy. We saw a grenade drop right on a prone enemy and the guy lived. That's obviously ridiculous and not realistic. So he made a mod that makes grenades more deadly. This includes all hand and underslung grenades. When I tested the strength of the M67 grenade, I placed test subjects away from the blast zone in sets of 4 squares. From further testing, each square measured to be about 2 meters. As for how I know that, don't tell mom. Basically, you have to throw that grenade far, or it will mess you up. I still got a chest bruise from 24 meters away. Get the mod Improved Grenades by Draken. Mod number 2. Our pilots are going to love this one. Arma already has a basic flight model for helicopters, and then added an advanced flight model for helicopters with the addition of the helicopters DLC that a lot of our Realism pilots would love. Now, it doesn't include everything. That's where this mod comes in. This mod adds random atmospheric turbulent forces to all helicopters. Not only does it provide turbulence, but it does it in a realistic manner. That is, it scales based off of the weather. Larger winds means more turbulence. And then the type of aircraft you have matters too. It is larger, heavier aircraft are less impacted, while your smaller rotary craft are much more effective. And just as you would expect in real life, moving at higher speeds lowers the turbulence effect. I really noticed this turbulence when I was just sitting there floating in a little bird. I also noticed that the turbulence was unnoticeable when the helicopter was in a valley where wind was blocked. I say bravo to Helicopter Turbulence by Seb. And number 1. This one's kinda cheap. It's the same thing as mod number 2, but with jets. Now don't go away yet, because there's a bonus mod and a few more details to explain. For this plane mod, it includes all jets, including modded ones, as well as VTOL aircraft. You guessed it, this is called Plane Turbulence by Seb. And because I feel like number 1 and number 2 are kinda the same, we're going over a bonus mod, and boy is it a fun one. Did you ever just want to relive the 2019 Australian bushfires? Yeah, you already forgot that happened, didn't you? Or did you want to recreate California? Wildfires. So now not only can you commit war crimes, but you can commit arson. With this mod, you can set foliage on fire as well as buildings. And it works almost as much as you would expect it would. The fire spreads, it responds to wind, rain, it hurts people, it works on any map. You can test it out in the Eden editor and Zeus. The only weird thing about it, if you get too close to the fire, a text box warning appears telling you first that you're getting too close to the fire, and second, once you're actually receiving damage from the fire. It's a nice touch for quality of life, but it takes away from the realism aspect. This mod is called Wildfire by Seb. And the most important part of this video, and that is downloading the mods. Just click the Steam Workshop link in the video description below, and it will take you to a collection containing each of these mods and their dependencies. You could subscribe to all of them in one click. And right now, I wanted to know your thoughts. What other mods would you like to see? Or would you like me to create presets, saving you time from having to deal with keybinds or configuration? I've also done some guides, so let me know if you'd like to see some more of those. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe so we can make Arma fun again.